Promised I would stay. Promise broken by Kelly Virgin. How you feeling, Graham? I'm fine, sweetie. No need to worry. But she didn't look fine. She looked small and tired and done. Is there anything I can do for you? Just don't leave me alone. I don't like waking up with all the noises and tubes and strangers. I won't. I'll stay. I promise. That was the last promise I made her, and the first one I broke. 6 days earlier, when my grandmother checked in to St. Mary's, she had been telling jokes and complaining about the food, and sitting up in her bed and working on her crosswords, and making plans for when she came home. Less than a week later, she barely lifted her head off the pillow to kiss me hello, and the air in the room felt different, heavier, thicker. It almost choked me as I tried to chat cheerily about my week. School's starting next week, so I spent yesterday getting my classroom set up. Silence. I'm excited for the new school year. I have a couple new courses. Silence. I'm planning on using that article you sent me about the Letters to Juliet writing project. Moan. We spent the day together like that, switching back and forth between me stumbling through boring details about my week and my grandmother moaning and groaning as she dozed in and out of sleep. Finally, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my stomach growled so loud that I had to set out in search of food. I left her sleeping soundly and wandered to find the cafeteria. 15 minutes later, as I rounded the corner into her hallway, I could hear her crying out from 5 doors down. "Where am I? Who are you? Get away from me!" I ran the few feet remaining to her room and found her fighting against a nurse who was trying to coax her into taking medication. After finally calming her down, I sat by her bed, held her hand, cold and paper thin, and watched TV silently. The afternoon slipped into night. Past midnight, as my head bobbed while I dozed in the chair beside the bed, a nurse gently shook me awake. My neck was stiff, my back ached, and my eyes burned from the hours spent trying to keep them open. "Go home, sweetie. The medication we gave her will keep her asleep for several more hours, and you're better for her if you're rested," the nurse insisted. I hesitantly obeyed, gave my gram a quick kiss on the cheek goodbye, and whispered a promise to return the next day. The next day did not come for my grandmother. A few hours later, when my dad arrived to sit by her side, he discovered that she had slipped away from us in the night. My grandmother, who loved plants and cats and her grandkids, moved hundreds of miles to live with us, who cooked cream peas and carrots for Thanksgiving and deviled eggs every 4th of July, who gave us birthday cards with $5 bills, who played poker for real money on Christmas Eve, who was quick with a hug and even quicker with a joke, was all alone when she left this world. It's been over 4 years since I walked out of that hospital room, and when I think back to the phone call I got early the next morning, waves of guilt still roll through me. Did she wake to find I wasn't there? Did she feel alone and scared in her final moments? Would she have stayed around a little longer if I had been by her side? Only memories of her when she was alive can hold back the tide of regret I still feel over not staying through the night. And so today, when we gather as a family, we try to replicate her recipes and play her games and retell her jokes and celebrate her life. Promised I